Oh, yeah.
It's been so long.
It has been.
I almost forgot my password to get into the computer.
You don't have the same password over and over?
I do, but I just forgot it. I got several computers. I need... You know, doesn't it take a fingerprint? I think I might switch to fingerprint.
Yeah. Did I send you guys the video of the girl freaking out that she has to log into everything?
What the hell was that all
Yeah,
about?
I didn't understand it.
She was frustrated because she's got to log into this, log into that. Can't you just remember it for a couple times? Why do I got to do it every single time?
So don't even get me started on the checkbox save password.
But was she pinning it on somebody? She was blaming somebody.
I think she was just
like
blaming
Elon Musk or something.
Well, no, I don't think that. I think she was just blaming the state of having to log into everything these days.
Yeah.
And that she was having anxiety about it.
But the part of it that frustrated her was that when you sign in to almost anything, they got a little checkbox. Hey, you want me to remember you for next time?
Right.
And you check it, and then she was
doesn't
just like, you know what? Don't prompt that you're gonna remember it if you're not gonna remember it.
Oh, it doesn't.
Don't fucking tease me.
I see.
You know,
Right.
Big teaser.
Huh.
So
What a dick tease.
it was, yeah.
Wow.
So this is the first half of the show. Believe it or not, Jeff used a bad word right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Richard.
And we even made a pact: no more swearing on the podcast.
Oh, shut the front door.
We have a
No,
swear jar.
We failed. Or I did anyway.
Yeah, we have a swear jar. It's in the essence of an infinity bottle.
It's full.
It is.
If you swear,
It's-
you have to
it's
deposit a
brimming.
half ounce of your drink in it.
That would stop the swearing
Yeah, it would.
immediately.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes,
All
it
right,
would.
December 30th. New Year's Eve is tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
We're
That
super
it
excited.
is.
2025 is coming around the corner. January 20th can't come faster. I'm super excited.
I am
Dudes like
too.
us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff.
And first
Yeah.
time tonight, we got Chuckster, the Chuckster, as our production manager back there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Working the wheels.
Gentlemen,
All right.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
So if we have
Absolutely.
any delays, it's his fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, Chuck is shirtless, but he's got these new rubberized tassels that
Yeah.
attach
Is
to his
he
nipples.
is he helicoptering back there?
Yeah, he's like.
I can hear it.
So why not discuss dress code with him before he came tonight?
I mean, you guys
Dress
can barely
code was
see
not
him.
a-
I'm the one that has to
Not
stare
part of my
at
contract.
it. I know.
Did he sign the NDA?
Well, wait till we get all the extra lights put in
Yeah.
here. I mean, what he's going to do with all the glitter he gets
I don't
collected
know.
on his forehead?
I'm not cleaning it up.
All right. Anyway, so we've got tons of fantastic topics to talk about. We got picked out some fresh, brand new. Actually, we got an old and new bourbon. We don't talk to you exactly what it is yet. It'll be a surprise. I think we're going to go over some of the Christmas gifts that we got. What is our favorites? What is the worst? If you got any, I don't know. Well, we had noticed we showed up at the podcast room and Jeff was displaying from his future daughter-in-law.
Correct.
Brought him some Frisco, Texas Jeff's Bar. Dudes like us. Coasters.
Coasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole stack of them. Look
Whole
at that.
stack. There's probably 100 of them in there at least.
Yeah, when would we ever go through all of this?
Well, you know.
They're really sharp, man.
Yeah, that turned
That
out
was a,
well.
that was a cool gift.
Yeah, it was very
that was insightful.
It's got a nice little acrylic holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lid
Very cool.
just needs wheels.
Wheels.
Everything's better with wheels, is what you said.
Well, I mean, if it's a piece of furniture, yeah.
You want to roll that thing around the table?
In case you need one, just roll it over.
I don't know.
All right, let's walk through it. You want to start with what was your favorite Christmas gift here, Jeff? What say you?
It's going to sound really strange, but I got a book of 1,001 sausage recipes.
Ooh.
Because
Is this for food or is this a gay bar?
That's
no,
what I was gonna
it's,
ask.
it's for food, and a new hobby of mine is making sausages and salamis and stuff like that.
That's cool.
But
I
there,
didn't realize there would be that many recipes.
There's
Oh
always
yeah,
a
it's like
lot of
bubble
them.
gum shrimp, man. There's like you can make pasta primavera, the bubble gum. You know, you do go
Right.
on and on and on.
Well, what jumped?
Sausages.
Did you peruse it, and what jumped out at you?
I've just started reading it and the science behind making like cured meats and fermented meats and stuff like that. There's a lot that goes into it. That
It's an art.
it is, and you have to be
And it's-
careful because you'll kill people.
Right. So don't. when
Well, you
you're-
guys, I'm gonna let you try it first.
I was going to say when you're handing out, hey guys, you got to try my sausage. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try.
I don't know.
I've made some German bratwurst. I just made some of those. I've made some other brats. I've made some breakfast sausage, some Italian sausage.
Did you really? You did this already?
Oh yeah, I did it.
Damn.
I did it just a couple days ago. 8 pounds of German bratwurst.
Did you slice it all up and put it on your hoochie coochie board?
No, it's all frozen. Well, no, it needs to be grilled up.
Oh, okay.
So it's all raw. It's all vacuum packed and frozen now.
Well, that sounds like a dudes like us get together.
Yeah.
Is to sample all of your sausage.
Well, I only have brats right now, but there's, like I said, 1,001. Some I won't make, but just because they don't sound good to me, right?
Yeah. Super cool.
Some pretty exotic ones out there, but they're from all over the world, so it's very good. They got some implements to help me do it as well.
What does that mean? Implements?
Like
tools?
Tools, because I have.
Is this to stuff it in the little?
Yeah, I already have a big
The condom?
I have a 5 pound.
Say foreskin.
I have a 5 pound sausage stuffer.
Ooh.
But it has the horns, different size horns on the front that you put your casings on, and then it fills the casings. Well, those casings are a pain in the ass to clean out because they get full of meat,
Yes.
and you're trying to shove stuff in there to try to push the meat out so you can clean it. Well, they make little cleaners that'll push all that meat out so you can get them clean much easier than what I've been dealing with. So,
Like an enema style cleaner?
no, it's not enema, but it's like your like a little push, or I don't know what the hell you want to call it. You just push it out.
A butt plug? Just a,
Like a rectum brush.
oh, there you
Well, brushes do come with it, so yeah, I guess you could stick those up your ass if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Be so vulgar about it,
go. I mean,
Jeff.
sometimes butts
Just
itch.
an analogy.
Right.
Anyway, so you got you sent us a picture, and you had at least one flavor rocking, right?
Yeah, it was just the German bratwurst. Yeah, and I've made that one before.
Is that the ones we sampled?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was good too, man.
It was really good.
I couldn't wait. Got home, immediately stuck in the fridge. I was like, "That's what I'm eating tomorrow for lunch."
Well, we had some left over. I didn't wash enough casing, so I had about a pound, maybe a pound and a half of just ground bratwurst. So we had brat patties, which actually are delicious.
I bet.
So,
I wouldn't know. I've never had any.
So I've got some downstairs.
I never offered any.
I can give you some if you want. You can have it tomorrow for lunch.
Ooh.
Just make it into like a hamburger patty, grill it up, put it on a sandwich.
Is it healthy?
It's 100% pork and all the spices. I made the spices myself. There's absolutely nothing fake in it.
But there's obviously you have to add fat to make it all.
No, I didn't add
juicy.
anything to it.
Really?
Pork butt has the correct percentage of fat to make a good sausage.
And burger.
That doesn't make burger. That's a brisket.
Oh, it's
No,
a
no,
patty.
no,
Makes
no,
a patty.
Oh, yes, a brat patty.
That's what I meant.
Yes, yeah.
Like a yes. Burger.
Does it fall apart like a sloppy Joe, or does it retain its?
No, it's solid because you have to not emulsify, but you have to get the proteins come out to make it real sticky. Do you ever get those tubes of sausage, like Italian sausage, that's real sticky and shit like that? When you're trying to like form it into patties or anything like that?
Not lately, no.
Oh, well, you have to do that so it retains its shape.
Wait,
right.
Most dudes like us just fucking buy at the store.
Yeah. All of this is a completely foreign concept.
Yeah, what are they?
No, I enjoy it. Julie helps me out. It's a lot of fun, and again, it's.
Hey, Julie, want to help me out with my sausage?
I know what's in it, right?
And you guys are all slimed up and.
We're nude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Turned
that's
into a
awesome.
ghost moment.
Yes.
Oh.
Demi Moore and Pat. What's his name?
I've got bras sauce everywhere.
Who's the dude that died?
Brat sauce. What?
Demi Moore, Ghost, the movie.
Oh,
With the-
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick.
Oh,
Pat Swayze,
you're they're pottering together.
Oh yeah, her and
Yes.
Julia. He and Julia are in there.
We
the
just have a
kitchen
big
and-
mound of meat.
Oh yeah, they're just shoving it into the sausage.
Well, this is the first time that
We're gonna need to take a break.
this is the first time I used.
We'll be right back.
Real casings. In the past, I've used collagen, but this time I bought actual hog casing. So Julie was
It
kind of
sounds
grossed
so foul.
Well, it's intestines, right?
Oh.
So I had to
Oh.
I had to untangle these strands of intestines and wash them out. It actually
Are they? Is there still like excrement residual in there?
no. This company cleans them out beforehand. They tell you to rinse them out because they pack them in salt.
Oh, I see.
So you have to rinse all the salt out. So I rinse water through it probably 3 or 4 times anyway, but they're clean.
Is it like a garden hose?
Yeah.
I did it in the sink. So yeah,
No, I meant is it when it's you're running water through it? Is it like
Yeah.
what, like 3 foot
it
long?
looks like
4
a
foot long?
balloon. Yeah, it's about 3 feet long maybe. It looks
Interesting.
like a balloon as the water runs through it.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I would love to kind of see it at work one of these days.
Yeah. Well, these look more brat-like than the college. There's nothing wrong with collagen either, but it just looks a little more authentic, I guess.
Well, maybe we'll have a Dudes Like Us podcast moment where we do a live stream and we
watch Jeff make sausage.
Make sausage.
Play with your meat and make some sausages.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Sean and I stand off in the corner drinking bourbon.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh God, my.
So that was your gift.
Well, that was one of them.
Recipe book.
That was one of them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then some
That was
and then some gifts to go along with that to help with the sausage making.
Very nice. Very nice. And what about you, Sean? What was your favorite gift?
I got an extra large sleeping bag, big enough for 2 full-grown men.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I make sausage, and you have
This got awkward.
2 men sleeping bag.
And are you looking for a guest?
He's making
No.
he's making his own
okay.
man sausage, and
No.
that's what he is.
Okay.
I don't really. I didn't really get.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. What did I get? I mean,
Oh, you didn't get a...
I got some clothes. I didn't get anything extravagant. My wife and I kind of like. I mean, I gave her cash, but she. You know what? That's kind of. Look, my hands are tied. Every year I buy her something nice, right? And last year I bought her like some diamond earrings, and they were great. She loved them, and then she turns around and says, "I'd rather you just take that money and maybe redo our bathroom or something." I was like, I'm thinking, okay, I buy you diamonds. It's $1,500, whatever it was. I don't even know. Compared to a $4,500 bathroom that I'm about to dump. I mean,
See, she's not stupid.
yeah, she knows what's going on.
She wants a new bathroom.
So whatever. So this year I was like, scratch the diamonds, check. Scratch this, check. But you know what? Whatever. It was kind of a weird year for buying gifts. I mean, I gave my kids cash, which
We did the same thing, actually.
I
for the
mean,
first time.
It's getting harder and harder, and I think we're going to really move to that because we get the boys a few things. I got Brandon a Lord of the Ring book. And a couple of little knickknacks, but clothes.
Yeah, they always get clothes. Hoodies.
But
and-
But they didn't get nearly as much as they used to.
right.
but I bought myself something this year.
Oh.
Ooh, did you get your bike?
You know what? I did not. So for those dudes like us listeners out there, I'm interested in buying a
Trike.
a Trike, a battery powered bicycle, and I get it. You guys are laughing. What a fabulous
Who's
person.
laughing?
Whatever.
No one's laughing. That's a fantastic gift. The gift that keeps giving.
Oh Lord have mercy. So, anyways, that's kind of that. It is. I've got all kinds of advertisements. I'm going through. I'm saving. I'm collecting them. I'm trying to come up with a different. The amperage. How much. How far do they go? How fast do they go?
They're not cheap, man.
How much? I've even considered getting one because there's one that's got a little basket in the back, or you could put a seat in the back. So you can flip them out. So it could be a basket, or it could be a seat. So
you and Tara could go for a ride?
I'm just saying somebody could fit in the back.
Does it have one of those orange little flags on the back that kind of wobble back and forth?
What are the laws around that? Do you need...
Well, I mean, based
Something
on
like that.
our research we did while driving or whatever we did, because I was kind of like, you don't need to, follow.
Is it
I don't know.
road? Is it road worthy or
Oh
road?
yeah, they're definitely
allowed?
roadworthy, but they have to be, I don't know, licensed or something like that, or
Right.
I forget what it is. We looked it up, whatever the question was.
So it's not a sidewalk thing.
I mean, they can be. I don't know. I mean, yes,
I don't know.
it is a sidewalk thing. Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, because you can go down. Parks, sidewalks with it. It's not. I don't see why you would.
But could you hop on the Roller and go to Kroger?
Well, that's
How
just
fast
it.
do these things go?
20 miles, up 20 to 30 miles, depending on how fat you are.
Well, the speed
So
limit...
mine would go 5.
Well, the speed limit's 40. Right. So the speed limit's 40. You probably want to be on a sidewalk.
Yeah, that
I would
seemed-
trust the
I would.
drivers
Fuck that.
here.
I'm not getting on crazy drivers out there.
The new drivers all around here.
No,
Yes, exactly.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Whenever I pull the trigger on it, but I'll tell you what I did buy for myself was I got an iPad.
Oh, yeah.
And I technically got it for work, but it's something different because I've had an Android forever. I've never had an Apple product.
That was the same way until
so
that.
I've got I got an iPad. It's kind of cool. My son Preston called me through FaceTime, which was I was like,
No,
this is cool, man.
That is cool.
That's
for
why I
that.
got that because my kids were at school And they were like, "We want to FaceTime you." So I ended up getting one.
So I mean, outside of that, I went and I bought some new clothes. Look, man, I didn't really get. You know what my kids got me? I thought it was pretty cool. They bought the Time magazine of the Person of the Year.
Like a poster size
with
or just
Donald
the magazine?
Trump. No, the magazine.
Oh, yeah.
But they took the magazine and they framed it.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so they technically have two of. I guess he was Person of the Year in two different magazines. Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a little art project.
It was cool. I opened it up. I was like, "This is really neat."
You hang it in your office?
Wow.
Yeah, well, I don't know where I'm going to put it. It'll have to go in my office. It won't go anywhere else.
For
Just
sure.
put it over the mantle.
Yep.
Blow it up.
I need authority to do that. They don't even let me. There we go. There's the Tri-Hauler Cargo Fat Tire
Ooh.
E-Trike, fully assembled.
Oh,
$21.99.
You can get the
Right.
blue like that?
Electric blue's kind of a fast color. I'm more of a, look at that basket in the front, basket in the back.
Dude, that's hardy looking.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking at different trike options for.
So can these things
Sean
be
here.
hacked where you can all of a sudden go 50 miles an hour?
I
Ooh.
don't know if they have governors on them. I really don't.
Why would they?
I don't think it'd be safe. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that.
You start
I mean,
getting a little
I'm
front
not-
wheel wobble?
I'm not really. I'm not really interested in going fast on it. I mean, I'm not hitting the highway with it.
You
Really,
see Sean on the
it's within
Rayburn?
like
With his-
2 or 3 miles.
Yeah, his
I mean,
cheeks are
We're
flapping.
looking at going to your house.
Right.
Quarter of a mile. Paul's house, 3/4 of a mile, or maybe a mile. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or maybe go
And
get
take
my
the
hair
ba-
cut
and take
you know?
the back way.
Yeah.
and not take road later.
Yeah, and I could, whatever. I mean, the idea is I could run up to Kroger, which is 2 miles.
Right.
So it's not. And plus, it'd be kind of fun. And I don't know.
That one.
Can you go to Total Wine in it?
I don't know if I'd want to go that far. Have like 20 samples and come back intoxicated on that. I don't know what the laws are. Is that,
Yes.
Well, it's driving
Anything.
Yeah, anything you can get a DUI.
except a horse.
Is that true?
That's true.
All right.
Interesting.
Total Wine
'cause the
horses
horse-
from now on.
Well, I do know on a ride-a-mower,
You can get in trouble for
ride a
that.
lawnmower, absolutely you can get a DWI on that.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
said
that's
some
not from,
experience.
that's
or-
not from personal experience, but I do remember a story where some guy, the wife took the keys away, and he went anyway.
Yep. I'm going to the bar.
Hell, man, there was a construction site, and there were some guys that were working late, and they got off late, and they were sitting out in the parking lot, and I guess one was waiting for his car or a friend to pick him up, and they ran out of beer, so he takes a scissor lift
Oh
And-
no!
and goes down the street to the convenience store, picks up a 12-pack case, whatever it is,
Yes,
and
I think I heard this
the
story.
cops pull him over, and they're like, he takes a scissor lift, and he's like, he goes up like 20 feet in the air. You're not getting me.
Yeah.
Get
Was
down here right now.
Was it stolen? Or
No,
was it,
I mean, it wasn't stolen. He
it
was
was-
just,
he just used it for a beer
yeah,
run.
he just took it for a beer run. He didn't feel like walking.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how that ended up. What is that? It's unlikely that
I
you can
remember
get a
seeing the
DWI
video.
for riding a horse while intoxicated in Texas because the state laws define a motor vehicle as a device that transports people or property on a highway. The Texas Transportation Code defines a motor vehicle as a device that can transport people, property on the highway, stationary rails, or tracks. So
yeah, but if
public- you
you're
get
on a
public-
ride-a-mower on a shoulder of a country road, I mean,
Well, this is
how does
AI.
that qualify?
This is AI. How accurate is
yeah,
that?
but the
Oh, yeah.
problem is that you're not going to a horse isn't going to run aimlessly. I mean they're going to stop.
So a
if there's a
drunk-
wall there, they're going to stop.
a drunk rider won't cause a sober horse to.
they don't.
to
They
do
don't. They
something
don't
crazy.
swerve.
Yeah, they don't swerve down on the road. They may fall off.
Yeah.
What about a drunk horse with a sober rider?
So, anyways, the gifts that I got, that's basically it. I got the iPad, and I'm interested in kind of diving into it. Really, I got it for work. I'm not putting like social media shit on there, and I don't even want to put Netflix or anything like that on there. I really don't. I really just want to like keep it for work because I went to a job site with our friend Larry, building consultant. I won't tell you for which company he works for. But we were out there and he was using one, and they were doing some diagram floor sketches, and they were able to navigate through the rooms and take measurements and takeoffs of the stuff that they need to do, and it was very organized. And I was like, I got to have that. In addition to that, there's certain proprietary programs that our company uses for estimating my job, estimating replacement stuff. Big buildings, whatever. They can become quite elaborate. And this particular iPad has a LiDAR, which is used for measuring depth. It can basically measure a room and stuff, and it works hand in hand with some of the software we use, which I'm anxious to learn.
Right, I know I can measure on my iPhone. I can set like a point right there in the corner, and I can draw the line over, set the other point. It'll tell me how long that is.
Dude, that's cool.
Well, your phone will do it too.
Well, yeah.
Well, if it has LiDAR.
I don't know how to do that, but
my last phone did it as well. I don't know if it doesn't do depth. Like, it's not going to read the whole room. I actually have to put a point in the corner. If I go, okay, how wide is that point? It'll tell me it's 15 feet.
And Mr. Chuck, pull that up. See if iPhones all have LiDAR. Because I think you're right. I think most iPhones do have LiDAR. I think but not all iPads do. Like all the Pro iPads have LiDAR, but the Air do not have LiDAR.
Interesting. I have never heard of LiDAR. I obviously understand what that is, but I have
light detection and ranging.
Oh, yeah.
So mine does have LiDAR.
Yeah. iPhone 12 Pro and later, including the iPhone 12 Pro Max.
I got the 15 Pro Max.
So
I don't know how I could use it, though.
So I'm kind of gathering how this went. I'm imagining you on site, and Larry's walking around, beep, 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 and you're like going, oh, I don't have that.
I have a ruler.
I can't do that. You're scribbling down with a pencil and a slide ruler.
Yeah.
No, he brought a yardstick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yardstick.
One of those folding yardsticks.
Yeah, and he's like, Larry, can you help me with this?
I got a tape measure, and I got a little pocket abacus I have to pull out.
Yeah. Larry, can you help me hold the tape measure?
He's like, yeah, I'm already done with all the measurements.
I can just see the envy. I can just see the envy that you were struggling with. You're like, I'm buying that myself, my Christmas.
Yeah. I actually texted him today. I was kind of like, hey, can you send me a sample sheet, because they've got very proprietary graph paper that they use on the digital Good Notes, I think, is that what it is, on the Good Notes, and they've got like graph paper. It's got their own logo and everything on there.
Sure.
Because I was going to copy it, I'll copy the concept of it because it just looked cool.
It is
good
cool
for managing. Hey, I tell you what, anything that makes you do your job better, I'm all
Right.
about.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Dress for success.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And frankly, you don't know until you see something, and then you got to gravitate to it. In fact, I've already reached out to some of the upper smarter people than I in our company to see if there is any training available to run some of these Xactimate programming.
It's smart.
Yeah. Anyways, that was kind of my gift I gave to myself. It was really not much more. I kind of feel bad. Actually, I kind of feel empty. I love giving my wife stuff. It was kind of a bum deal.
Yeah.
It was. And she was like, you know what you can do? Excuse me. She said she has to do some she has to have some back stuff. She has back issues. So she's going to be going to a chiropractor. So I basically paid for a couple months of her chiropractor. You know what? It's lame. It's
Makes her happy.
gift.
Does it make her happy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And if it's motivation for her to go because she's not worried about how much it costs, or you know what I mean, whatever. It's like when you buy massages for people. They'll never do it for themselves, but as soon as they get a $300 gift card to go to get a massage, they're like, well, fuck it, I'll use it.
Yeah.
And then they feel great.
Makes you happy.
You know, one of the things,
Right?
Sheryl Crow, right?
One of the things, I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Stephen went last night to the World of Springs out in the Colony. Have you guys heard of this?
Nah, I have not.
It's called the World of Spring. I think it's or Springs of the World or something.
Restaurant?
Like.
What are we
No,
talking
it's
about here?
it's a spa place out there. I think it's out there in the Grandscape area.
Your son is so metro.
Randy bought the family a session, so they all went last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was his
and I don't
gift.
mean your son. I mean, it's like my son's the same way. They're like they're into stuff that we would never have done.
Oh, I've looked at this. I was gonna do it for Julie. I just completely forgot about it until he mentioned it last night.
Is it basically an oversized pool?
No, what they are they're basically these different
Big old spa.
Yeah.
or I don't want to call
sauna.
I don't want to call it a hot tub, but all these different hot springs around the world have different mineral makeup.
Right.
They replicate that in these. So you I want to go to a Russian or whatever hot spring.
How big is this place?
I don't know. I haven't been, but it looks nice.
So they got saunas, they got cold plunges.
Yep.
They've got mineral baths or whatever you're talking about.
Do they have a Taiwanese bathhouse?
Ooh.
I don't know.
All right, I'm in.
They have massages and whatever that is.
Hot yoga.
They have the happy ending?
Me love you long time. Me so horny.
Hey, Sean, anywhere you are can end up being a happy ending.
You know what? They had a video up there with like 8 people.
That was deep, Paul.
in a very small sauna.
No problem, buddy.
I don't know if I'd want to be in a sauna like shoulder to shoulder with like 8 people.
Oh, I would.
Almost
Getting all kind of slimy and rubbing each other.
Oh, you almost threw your own very own challenge flag.
Yeah, I was kind of like, really? I can rub one out at any time. Is that what you're getting at?
Oh God. Okay. That's,
So there it is. There's the map.
there. I threw it.
That's how
actually,
big it
no,
is.
That's a yellow card.
There.
Rub one out. Hold on.
Are you
I need
looking?
you to justify
But
this.
you said that. You were the
Hold
one
on.
that said
Jeff,
it.
we'll get to that in a second. I'm yellow carding him.
I missed. I don't know.
Okay.
I cannot
He said,
vote on this.
what you're saying is I could rub one out anytime.
Well, that what you insinuated?
That's a yellow card.
What did he say to me?
I don't know. I was trying to talk about this, and you were talking about whacking off over here.
No, I wasn't saying that. He
Now
said
walk me
it.
through. I've got the book open.
Oh, Lord.
Walk me through what exactly I write down. I'm new to
He
this.
said, Sean, you can have a happy ending
Okay.
anywhere you go.
So Sean,
Oh.
happy ending. Okay, got it. It's in the book.
All
Okay,
right.
All right, show us the overview here. What do you? Oh, damn, it's huge.
So we got the Dead Sea, you got the European region, the Asiatic region, the Americans region, and I'm still looking for the Taiwanese.
Oh, so it's World Springs.
Correct.
Okay, and
World
it's in the
Spring.
colony.
Yeah, it sure is.
Can you do you have to have a bracelet to get into each section, or can you?
No, I
just,
think you pay to get in, and you just hop from one to one.
So there's no fast
think that
pass.
Dead
were there a lot of people there?
He said it wasn't. He said there were people there, but it wasn't too bad.
I would
drink
not-
service.
I mean,
What?
Jeff, you and I have been.
Look. Order
sir.
drinks from poolside server or stop by one of our mobile bars for a quick beverage.
So you know a quick beverage, so you can't drink it in the pool, I guess.
Can we bring a flask?
No.
The smuggler's delight.
Yes.
But Jeff, you
Bourbon all into the spa.
you and I went
You
to
ruined the mineral pool.
Frisco pool,
Yes.
and with that pool was just nasty.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
All
where was-
kind of shit floating in it.
yeah, I mean,
where was this?
the Frisco, the
Athletic
aquatic center.
Oh.
It's just, I mean, look, the pool's not always dirty, but by the time we get there and we're doing our laps and stuff, especially because we got the goggles and the snorkel and we're doing laps back and forth, we can see all the shit floating on the bottom. And this all of a sudden, exponentially,
Yeah.
these beings were populating everywhere.
Yeah.
And diapers, kids in diapers. And I was like, what in the ever-loving God is
Yeah.
going on? This is, it's just like, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I
get
can't handle all this, and it stinks. The type of people there were making it stink,
Ooh.
and I was just like, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a problem. I have no problem swimming, but when you see all the babies in the pool, I'm like, even if you have those swimmers on, if that baby has a blowout,
And they do.
it's getting in the pool.
Got a little Babe Ruth Snickers bar kind of
In a-
plopping around.
No,
there.
it's more like, mud pudding.
And then it gets,
Oh, yeah.
then it just disperses, and then no one knows. And mom and dad are just like, let's go.
Next thing
Yeah.
you know, you have E. coli.
Let's go. Let's go.
Next thing you know, you have pink eye.
Yeah.
Oh.
You had pink
I did
eye.
have pink
Yeah,
eye.
you
Yes.
did.
Did you have a blowout in the pool?
I think someone was taking
Could've.
turns farting on his pillow in Hawaii.
It was.
Can you get pink eye from your own blowout?
It's your own bacteria, right?
I don't think so. I think you're immune to your own
You
pink
should
eye.
test that. Shit on your eyeball.
No, in my spa where you guys, you have smeg and you have smegma in your spa.
Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah, that was.
You guys were
kinda-
dogging my spa like you're dogging FAC pool.
It was creamy.
Creamy. Uh-oh. He's bringing out something. A yellow card.
I mean, look, I can't talk about rubbing one out, and you're saying that you're going to poop in a pool?
No, it's mud
You're
pudding.
going to poop in Jeff's eye.
Oh, Jeff was going to poop in his own eye.
No, that was you.
It was
'cause
an
you're-
experiment.
Lord.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, this won't reels off.
These are kind of
Anyway.
actually, it was probably fun for Steven.
What's
I mean,
the, what's,
imagine
the,
it was.
what's the cost on this thing?
Probably not cheap. Because
I
that's
don't know.
probably
I
prime
looked
real
at it.
estate.
I looked at it maybe 6-9 months ago because I was wanted to do it. It had just opened. And I was like, I need to wait. for it to calm down.
What, you think the price is going to come down, or you're just talking about how crowded?
$85 for
adult soak.
45 minutes.
No.
Good Lord.
Is that right?
I guess that thins the herd out.
What's the early bird special? 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for $60.
$39 to $59. Under 18 soak, $40.
So Night Owl.
Hmm.
That must have been what they did because they didn't start until 6 o'clock last night. 6 to 9.
Well, I mean,
so he must have done that. So that's I would do that.
That's not too bad, I guess. Does that come with 10 drinks?
I don't think anything's included in that.
Oh,
yeah.
That's too bad. Oh, there's memberships.
I'm sure.
Buy 100, get one free.
Anal Select.
So 3-hour soak any day, any time with our monthly unlimited access membership, $225 a month.
But that's annual, Jeff.
Oh.
Annual Select.
Oh.
Yeah.
3-hour soak any day, any time with our monthly unlimited access membership. So 3-hour soak any day. So is that like one time, or or you can go in there up to 3 hours every day?
Every day. So it sounds like to me for $225 a month. If you're really into it, it's kind of a no-brainer to do that membership.
Oh man,
yeah.
No-brainer.
Yeah, I like to do the Dead Sea soak because that's got all the salt in it. So the higher the salinity that you float at the top,
interesting.
That salt holds you up.
Huh?
Are we able to do this in our own tub?
If you put a bunch of salt
right
in your tub, yes.
Huh? Interesting. That'd be kind of tedious.
There'd be lots of salt too. Then you have to dissolve it.
It's just
one hell of a
swirling your
bathroom.
tub. You're swirling your tub for 2 hours, and
you got like 3 inches of salt at the bottom. He's like, "Why is it I'm not floating?
Nothing's dissolving." Yeah, that won't go bad in a hurry.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe in the springtime we look at it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I will say this. So I started reading this new book, and it really talked about diet and exercise. But one of the things that jumped out at me is they had like a checklist of if you're healthy or not, and it asked, "Do you do a cold plunge, or do you put yourself in a hot situation? I guess like hot yoga, or like a sauna."
What about a hot shower?
And it says that's like really important for our bodies to do a cold plunge.
That gets circulation
and to
going.
and to do a sauna thing.
It also is supposed to stimulate like brain development.
Really?
Yeah, it puts your body into some sort of fight or flight mode or something like that, and because you're like grasping for air, and it's like super cold stuff. Those cold plunges. It's supposed to it's supposed
like
to
shock your body into focus.
Well, would you guys do the old polar bear thing where you're like on the edge of a lake and they're having to break the ice and you're jumping in there?
Is that dangerous? Don't people get trapped under the ice and die?
Yeah, but hopefully, well, there's other ones as well where they're like on the beaches of Lake Michigan when it's like 0 degrees out. And they all run in and they run back out.
I have never done that. Would I do it? Well, it depends on how much alcohol is involved.
I don't know.
There you go. So studies suggest that cold plunges may stimulate your immune system, potentially reducing the risk of infections. Cold plunges do lots of things. I'll tell you one thing that I know, and I don't even have to look at this, is, and this is something for those folks out there that have panic attacks. Panic attack, cold shower.
It'll reset you in a hurry, huh?
Yep. It changes everything. Boom.
And it doesn't even have to be that cold. I mean, my pool's probably, 55 degrees? Probably not that cold, but it will be, right? As soon as we get a couple of weeks into this.
You should try it. You and Shelley just jump in there, just boom, hot right back out.
Well, I'll go over there.
I guarantee it's cold enough for it to do whatever you're saying needs to be done.
I mean, look, all you got to do is get the hot tub rolling.
Oh, yeah.
Get the hot tub rolling. And hell, you and I have been out there in the cold with the hot tub rolling, and we didn't even think about jumping in the cold water. No, that didn't. But I may.
We should.
I think maybe I will.
Now, up until this point, I was like, oh, it's just you're being stupid. You're being silly and fun.
Well, are you off the rest of the week?
But if you're saying it's like healthy for you, well, fuck it.
It also helps repair muscles, like ice baths. That's why you see all like the football players and basketball players, all these athletes, they sit in the ice bath.
Big ice bucket.
So it improves your blood circulation, your blood pressure.
Yes.
I'd be in.
Benefits for your skin health, cognitive function, sleep quality.
I should have, maybe next time Julie runs a marathon, I was like, if we're in a hotel, I'm just going to go to get a shit ton of ice, put it in the bathtub, fill it up, and you're going to get in for a minute.
Interesting.
That's free ice. May take 20 minutes to fill it up, but
Free ice. And all the other tourists are like, there's no fucking ice. What the fuck, man?
I have this big old I just bring a garbage bag full.
And they look at the video. This man took 449 trips to the ice machine. What an asshole.
And 20 pounds of ice.
Yeah, no shit.
Right. Right to the little tiny bucket.
Right.
I mean, even if without ice, I mean, it's great to have the ice for some of those cold plunges, but I mean, just really, you could turn on the cold shower.
Oh, yeah.
Cold shower does the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that's going to like just put your
Shock
body
you.
into like any
Take your breath
time
away.
anytime your breath is taken away is based on what Dr. O'Neill says. Anytime your breath is taken away like that, it resets your system almost.
The problem here, at least in my house, I don't know if you guys experience, in the summertime, I don't have cold water. My pipes run through the roof to come down.
Oh.
And when it's 105 out and it's 200 degrees in the attic.
The coldest you can get it is like lukewarm.
Oh, yeah. I'm like barely have to turn the hot water on at all.
Oh, wow.
During the summertime.
Huh. I you know what? I never really take cold showers, so I wouldn't know if mine's like that or not.
Well, I don't want a hot shower in the summer, so I'll keep.
Yeah,
I just keep turning it. And I was like, all right, that's where it needs to be.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't have to turn really much hot water at all on in the summertime.
Interesting. All right, can I take a little bit of a hard left to go over some current events?
Well, I mean, we were talking about the cold plunges and stuff like that, and the Greenland has a bunch of cold plunging you can do there.
Do they have any spas and mineral
Well, they've
dips?
got underground rivers in Greenland. They got plenty of precious minerals. And
Speaking of underground river, there is a underground freshwater river that goes underneath Hawaii.
Really?
Under the water. And
it's fresh water.
It's fresh water, and it comes up, and
what do you mean goes under the water? You mean under the ground?
Under the ground. I don't know how far down it goes, but it's way down deep, and it goes out into the ocean, and it comes up, and they capture the water. The winery that we go to, or maybe it was either the winery or the distillery. It was a distillery. The Ocean's Organic captures that water to use for their vodka
before it's mixed with ocean water. Somehow.
Correct. Yeah, they've capped it somehow.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some kind of deep sea freshwater river that empties.
Well, they discovered this. It's actually kind of based on this article I'm reading right here. It says they discovered it in like 2020.
Oh, I don't know, but I didn't know that,
I'm sorry.
even existed.
I misspoke. It says last 30 years.
So I mean, okay. So I mean, Hawaii, obviously, those are volcanic. They're created by a soft spot in the crust to make volcanic islands.
Right.
Okay. Purely volcanic activity. But I mean, it's a full tropical ecosystem, right? So it's got tons of rain.
Lots of rain.
Tons of fresh water dropping on it. So obviously that stuff goes somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We got a graphic on the screen here. Thank you, Mr. Producer. All right.
So there are several underground rivers in Hawaii, including the Auwai, Auway. There's also the Makiki stream, the Makiki stream, an irrigation network of underground streams that once crisscrossed the Hawaiian landscape. The Auwai would carry water from one patch of land to another, eventually return to the salt ponds and fish ponds.
Okay, maybe I was incorrect.
Well, keep in mind, you were soaking all this up while you're, tasting.
I was drunk.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, the amount of those Maui, Wowie, Bobby freaking drinks you were having. Yeah. I mean, every 2 seconds you were popping a new picture of an umbrella pineapple drink. And,
and we're like, hey, make sure you send pics of Hawaii.
Dude, it's 4 a.m. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I counted 1,182 drink pics.
I had lots of Mai Tais.
Yeah, so
that was my goal. I was going to drink a bunch of Mai Tais because it's basically fruit juice and booze.
Yeah.
And I did.
So I would just say that any, savvy knowledge you gained on this trip probably needs to be fact-checked. Yeah.
Well, I was correct about the underground river. I just didn't know how far away it was. So anyway, I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, that is fascinating. Going back to Greenland, that was in the news recently because Trump was like, we're taking over Greenland and taking all the rare earth minerals.
We're going to buy it.
We'll crush you and the Panama Canal. Yeah. So I read something very interesting. I thought it was just him being goofy. I really didn't understand where the Greenland thing came from. I mean, just ignorance, right? But it turns out it is of vital importance to the future of not only the United States, but the Arctic region in terms of freedom of that area. Because it's a very highly sought after piece of land, right? It's got rare earth minerals that everybody understands what that means for future technology, right? And by the way, future technology leads into what? Future war.
56,000 inhabitants.
Yeah, it's like nobody there.
But nobody wants to live there.
Well, yeah, it's miserable. Is it? Is it miserable?
I don't know.
I would imagine. I mean, you're living
weather. What's the weather in Greenland?
Well, it's
Well, look, I saw green.
Besides fucking cold.
Well, it's interesting that they named it Greenland, which is ice, and Iceland, which is green. You know?
So it really should be Whiteland?
Well, no. I mean, I'm thinking
75% of
the Vikings
Greenland
did that on purpose as a deterrent.
Oh.
could be. 75% of Greenland is covered by a permanent sheet of ice.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
And also that ice,
Greenland.
they've got underground rivers under the ice. I should say underground, but under the ice they've got rivers running everywhere.
Yeah.
cool.
And it's all natural water. You know, they say that if the entire Greenland ice were to melt, it would raise the earth like an inch.
Raise the earth?
Raise the earth water level, sea level.
So here's the interesting thing I learned about Greenland and why Trump's even talking about it. Because I was like, rare earth minerals, yeah, that's important. But we just found out we have a massive lithium, deposit or reservoir or whatever you call it.
It's out in Nevada somewhere.
Right. So I was like, okay, well, maybe we don't care about Greenland as much because we just found we have all that shit.
There's a bunch of other shit there.
Well, the
True.
environmentalists are causing problems to be able to dig for that lithium. That's the problem. You're going to kill the one-winged butterfly or something like that.
Right. But here's
one-winged.
The more interesting thing.
It's a Paris-selling fly.
The more interesting thing to me was the defense part of it. So they're saying that now that there's new sea passages, right? And China's vying for this, Russia's vying for this, because remember, well, Russia especially because they're in the Arctic region. But they're saying missile defense locations.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
you don't want that to go. You do not want Greenland to be. I mean, because really, it's a last line of defense before to get to the United States for submarines. I mean, imagine that,
especially over the Arctic. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like it's strategically positioned to defend from attack over the Arctic pole. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I didn't realize that part of it was so important. So anyway, this guy that I don't remember his name. I kind of read it to you guys in the green room, but he was advocating that it's so critical that we partner with Denmark, partner with Greenland, all 56,000 of them, I guess, and we build up the infrastructure on that. It's not an island. Is it an island? It's an island.
Greenland?
Right? It's an island, right? We should know this.
No, it's not an island. Greenland is an island.
Yeah, it is an island.
I think it is an
island. It's not a continent.
It's on the continental plate, North American continental plate, isn't it?
It's definitely not a continent.
Isn't it
It's not a continent. It's not part of the 7 continents.
Is it part of North America?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, actually, it is part of North America.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's fact check that.
Yeah, help us out here, Mr.
If Greenland's an island, how come Australia is not?
Yeah, there you go. Greenland is a North American island, autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark.
So it is an island.
It's just a large island.
Very large.
Yeah.
So I guess there's no.
Also, it's super large, depending what map you get.
Yeah.
There you go. I guess there's no size limit on an island. You know what I mean?
Why isn't Africa an island?
Well, why isn't that whole South America, North American island?
Jeff, I don't think we can answer that in this podcast.
I mean, think about it. Australia?
Yeah, why isn't Australia an island?
Because they declared it a continent.
Why isn't Africa an island?
Because they declared it a continent.
I mean, I guess Greenland could have been a continent, but
is England an island?
They were just
an island.
Yes.
The Isle of England.
It's not a continent. It's part of Europe.
Great Britain is an island. Yes, island is a series of
I
islands.
mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I do know the answer
it's
to that
not.
one, but
yeah, it's considered an island.
I didn't know Greenland was an island, though.
I didn't know that either.
I may have known that when I was in middle school, but
I did not know that.
I don't know it now.
Anyway, it's fascinating.
I think they're actually called it because when you think about it, it's part of a region, so it's North American region, not North American continent.
Yeah. Well,
So the UK would be in the European region.
Well, the continent is the continental plate, right?
Well,
yeah, just because it's an island doesn't mean it's not part of a continent, right? There are tons of islands off of Australia, but
so
it's
you're
all
saying
part
that
of,
we have 7 continental plates that we're referring to?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. See,
at-
now that size
look at the
makes it
confidence.
look much more plausible to be an island. The other map we're looking at, it was as large as Africa.
it was. And remember, we looked at Antarctica,
Yes.
and it was like it never ended.
I know.
I mean, it was ginormous. Interesting. I wonder, is that a big tourist spot?
Nuck.
Greenland?
Nuck.
No.
Do people? I mean, are there tours to Greenland? I'm
Well,
sure
look
there
at
are.
that.
Yeah,
mean-
for scientists.
I mean, Nuck.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's one of the places that
Well,
people.
I'd
should
like
go.
to actually go maybe in the summertime because I could do that, walk around. I mean, how long could you stay there, though? You can go fishing, I guess. What else are you going to do?
They have world
ice fishing?
They have World Springs there.
Do they have some good bourbon?
I'm sure they do.
What's the local drink of choice in Greenland?
Oh boy.
Probably fish soup.
No, like booze.
Ah,
Just fermented fish soup.
It's
Yeah.
Mai Tais.
Yeah. I wouldn't think so. Probably
wouldn't either.
vodka.
I wouldn't either. All right, moving on to
Vodka.
the second half of this conversation, the Panama Canal. Why is Trump talking about the Panama Canal? Just seems so random, right?
Well, because it is random that he talked about it, but the Panamanians have been overcharging folks
Whiskey.
to get through the Panama Canal.
So whiskey.
You know,
They have been. They're
Polar
denying.
Explorer is a whiskey out
They're
there.
denying. Okay, yeah. Going back to the people of Greenland also love whiskey. It's part of their everyday life from the morning till late evening. I like them already.
Wow.
Wow. From morning until late evening.
Whiskey's been made with unpeated barley and aged Alrosa sherry casks.
Wonder how 1845 would do out there. I bet it'd do well.
Be really well. You think they have it there?
Specs.
I don't think they're going to be able to gain the flavors from their pecan orchard.
Yeah, maybe not.
Specs and Nuck.
Anyway, going back to the Panama Canal. So they deny that they are overcharging anybody, especially the United States.
Of course they do.
Right. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, of course, Trump is like going in all hot and heavy.
Well, Trump is big about America getting its fair shake, right? Because we've overpaid on everything for forever,
long.
for so long.
Yeah, we've been taken advantage of. No question about it.
NATO, all that shit that he clamped down on last time, and I imagine he's gonna do the same thing this time. And maybe Panama Canal is another thing. He's like, yeah, you're charging this country this much, and you're charging us this much,
Right.
kind of a thing. What's going on? Why is our stuff more money?
You know what's interesting about the Panama Canal? My family has a ton of history on the Panama Canal. My grandmother.
As slaves?
Wow. No.
Would they build it?
Yeah. Being 100% serious.
Wow.
I mean, remember, when they brought all those workers down there to work on the Panama Canal, they brought their families, and they had schools, and they had churches, and so all of that was like considered, the entire system put together to build the Panama Canal. But apparently, I'm trying to remember what the family history is, but my grandmother was a little girl there in Panama, and she grew up there, and my mom and her sister were little girls there. I mean, we have a ton of history there. And somebody was a carpenter. I wish I remembered what all the Panamanian canal history is, but
Well, I know
it's fascinating.
I know
It
when
was a big deal.
when they not shut down, but transferred ownership or whatever management of the Panama Canal. My brother-in-law was down there, and he did that.
Yeah, it was 1977, and that was Jimmy Carter, who, rest in peace.
No, he didn't. No, when they transferred power, it was not the 70s.
Yeah, it was. It was 1977.
Well, he did something down there where maybe he closed the base down. Maybe that would.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
in
let's see here.
1999. That's when he was there.
Okay, so it says one of Jimmy Carter's greatest accomplishments was negotiating the blah, blah, blah treaty ratified by the U.S. Senate in 1978. These treaties gave the nation of Panama eventual control of the Panama Canal.
In 1999.
Yeah, eventual control.
Yeah, we'll talk about Jim Carter in the second half because we're running up on a stop here, and I want to make sure we talk about our bourbon as well.
Oh yeah, good call.
To go back to how much they're charging. So there are they are charging way out because I've got 2 different chargers. So they've got for how much time do we have, Chuck?
We have about 15 minutes.
15. Okay. So the Panama. So like for a yacht, it's just under $2,000 just to have. Let's say I have a 40-foot yacht, 65-foot yacht.
Damn.
And to traverse through the Panama Canal, they charge almost $2,000. All right. Not only the $2,000, but you have to pay a $75 inspection fee and a $165 security charge.
What if I have just like a canoe?
Kayak.
Well, it doesn't get into those costs, but the big thing which Trump was referring to, they're charging between $60,000 and $300,000 for certain large vessel boats to go through.
Ooh.
Just American?
Probably
across
not.
the board. So prior to the expansion of the canal, transit
Panama's
cost was
making out.
$461,000.
Big time.
I mean, that's like the toll road.
So then the record jumped to $1.1 million. It estimated the canal supplies 12% of Panama's gross domestic product. So I mean, dude, come on.
Think about it.
They're overcharging. So that is ridiculous. Can you imagine the boat and you have how many containers on a boat? 150, 200 containers?
No, more than that.
500,
Big ass
1,000?
boats? Oh, thousands.
I don't know.
Yeah, thousands.
Stack of, they're like 4 or 5 tall. And I mean, it just, that is, I mean, they're saying 461,000 to 1.1 million.
15,000.
So, I mean, how do you guys feel about the fact that the U.S. solely built it, and to the tune of like 30,000 workers dying from malaria and shit like that, or yellow fever or whatever it was? I mean, should it have been a situation where it's like, no, we built it, and it was our blood, sweat, and tears, and we're gonna run it and own it forever? Would that have been unfair?
When was it built?
Turn of the century, right? So
maybe that's what the negotiation was back then. Hey, although no, that was during the Jimmy Carter era that the negotiate. I don't know.
No, it was built in May 4, 1904. So I mean,
I don't know how many boats or ships go through that a day. How many ships could go through the Panama Canal in a day? And then let's do the math. Is it 10? Is it 100?
I don't know.
no, I imagine it's a lot more than that. I mean, it's 24 hours.
But would it have been wrong to
36 to
retain control?
I think so. I don't think that we want any part of that. Look, it's just look. We made that. We funded a shitload of money to get that done
because we had a strategic interest in it.
The world has a strategic interest
100%.
in it. It's not just us.
Very true.
Because all the other countries want to run through that canal too. They don't want to go all the way around.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And Panama is extorting that money. So I mean, I think Trump is absolutely 100% correct. Yeah, that's bullshit that they're charging that much.
Well, it says in 2022 they averaged 39 ships per day. At 300,000, that's about $12 million a day.
Damn. Well, I mean, you'd have to ask, what does it take to? Okay, it's not simple shit that's going on there, right? I mean,
well, no, you're levies, you're all.
Well, yeah, but they have to dredge. I know they have to routinely dredge it, and they have to. I mean, so the question is, how much goes into maintaining that, all that shit, the equipment. And the doors and the dredging. I mean, so we got to know the details behind that, right? So
then you had that one boat that was all cockeyed that went in there and got stuck. And
that was the Suez
Canal.
Well,
what a shit show that was.
Yeah, it's kind of the same concept though. But I guess the Panama Canal's got like concrete on their, they're within a fixed walls on either side. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Yeah,
the Suez Canal has shores. Technically.
Right.
I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, both of them are critical. But more importantly, there's a bourbon we need to talk about. And what is it, gentlemen?
Sean hasn't even had any yet.
Yeah,
what's up with that?
Are you okay?
All right. Well, the drink of the day is the Jack Daniel's Bottled in Bond Tennessee Whiskey Bourbon.
Oh, we've had it before.
And what size is that bottle, Sean?
It's a 700 milliliter bottle because they're trying to give us the shaft.
Yeah.
Is it really?
700, yep.
What?
Yeah, that's the new thing. They're kind of like, we don't feel like making extra bottles because in Europe they make 700 milliliters. So we're just going to match it.
And we're going to discount it. We're going to discount it.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah,
I know. Discount anything.
Ooh, fancy website.
So,
all right.
I'm a fan of Jack Daniels.
I am too.
It's got a unique taste to it. And this is just Jack Daniels on steroids, in my opinion.
All right, let me.
So
100 proof.
regular Jack Daniels is 80 proof, 85 proof, 90 proof. Right. This is bottled and bond. It's a little bit. It's not dumbed down as much. It's got a lot more flavor.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's excellent, actually.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's very tasty.
Although Julie liked the Wilderness Trail better than this.
Oh.
Well, the Wilderness Trail that we had, we pre-gamed with that because we introduced that bottle to we dumped 4 ounces into the Infinity bottle.
Of the Wilderness Trail?
Yeah. 4 ounces of the Wilderness Trail. It's very nutty. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's basically it's nutty. It's like a granola nut. I mean, it's really,
was it a 4-grain or a wheated?
It's I didn't see what it didn't say that. It said bourbon.
I'll go look.
It didn't. So it said it was a bourbon 100 single barrel, 185 of 250, Wilderness Trail barrel 16221G. Yeah. I didn't see where it said wheat or anything. Does it say it on there? It just says bourbon. So I guess it's just a good old fashioned. All right, so the Jack Daniels sold out. Jack Daniels, the bottle is Jack's time honored. The recipe of 80% corn, 12% malt, barley, and 8% rye. We just jumped from the Wilderness Trail over to the Jack Daniels bottled and bond. So the barrels were hand selected for their unique and particular characteristics of deeper color, flavor, and aroma, which bring a darker, richer, and more oak-forward character to the Jack Daniels bonded. Big, bold Tennessee whiskey at 100 proof with layered notes of caramel, rich oak spice, giving away to a pleasantly lingering finish. Easy to drink.
It really is
super easy,
super easy to drink, and it's not ridiculously priced.
No,
even though it's
$50 under $50.
700 milliliters is bothersome, but it's still
under
$50. Yeah,
and it's I don't even really care about 700. I mean, if they're gonna do it. Make all of them 700 milliliter. I mean, why are you doing that? I feel like they're ripping us off.
Well, because they're one of the few bourbons that probably focus on the European market.
Right.
And so they have to make it that size bottle, and they're probably not willing to do a 750 in the United States and 700
but they
in Europe.
make so much money.
I know.
Come on.
Well, where do they sell more? Although they can't
US.
sell 750s in Europe. That's why.
Exactly.
They can sell 750s and 700s here.
Think about it.
But they do have 750 milliliter Jack Daniels bottles. It's just the bottle and bond isn't.
That's what I mean. They only want to make one bottle.
Right.
Europe forces them into a 700.
And they can get away with
700.
And they can get away with 50 less milliliters for the same price in the United States. So hey, why not?
Yeah, I feel ripped off.
I know.
But the flavor's there. I don't feel ripped off by the flavor. It's very tasty.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Have you
highly recommend it?
So you neither? Well, I know you. Ooh, I have been to the distillery. I know.
Look at me.
Because I was like, have you guys been there? And knowing that you haven't, it just makes it seem more snobby.
I'm gonna buy a barrel from there.
I already did.
Oh.
We should do that in harmony. Anyway, they have the very wow. They have the very unique where they do the ricks. They stack the wood in like Jenga. You know they
the ricks.
Yes, they have these little strips of the wood.
Another reason why we don't have video.
Maple wood, and then they burn that stack of maple wood rick sticks, and then they
filter it,
and then they fill this ginormous vat, and then they literally drip the distillate through it, and it's at the bottom. It's like, and that's regular Jack Daniels.
After it soaks into so they don't age it in barrels.
I think they do that as well. It's mellowed though. It's mellowed through charcoal mellowed before it's put into the
charcoal
barrels.
Mellowed.
Right, and then if they take it,
is that what they call the Jefferson?
I think
County
so. Lincoln
technique or Lincoln County, whatever it is.
Something like that.
It was interesting that from 1845 distillery. Shout out to those from the Lowry Crossing. Bob Pettit was talking about how the charcoal itself. I always thought it was a flavor enhancer. The charcoal, but it actually.
It's a filter. Yeah, charcoal's a filter.
Yeah, filter. I mean, you think about it in water, of course it's going to filter.
Yeah.
But, it actually filters and cleans the bourbon as it's passing through the oak barrel. But you're talking about, you mentioned that they've got the Jenga wood stack. So are you saying they drip the bourbon through that stack?
So the first thing they do is they take these maple strips of wood, they stack it up really high. If you want to take a picture, show us a picture of it. But
so you said it's maple and it's not oak?
but that's for the mellowing, right? That's not for where they age it. So they stack these things up and then they burn it, right?
I think it's pine.
They make it. It might be pine. That or the compressed wood.
MDF. It's MDF.
But anyway, so they take all that charcoal that they create from the maple wood, right? And they fill this gigantic vat, and then they drip the distillate through it. Once for Jack Daniels, twice for Kentucky Gentleman, right?
Twice smooth.
Not Kentucky Gentleman.
Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack. Thank you. God, it's not. Anyway, and then they barrel it. So that's what they say, the mellowing, right? It's been, mellow. Anyway, there we go. So show that, not that one, over right there.
All right, so basically a bonfire.
Yeah, it's a giant. Okay, that's the Lincoln County process, like you were just talking about.
Right.
So
then they take those charcoals and throw them in a big old
vat,
and then drip shit in them.
Drip the distillate through it, and then they barrel it, and then they bottle it. So anyway, it's an interesting thing, and gives it a unique taste for sure.
Charcoal mellowing. So they chop up the charcoal as well. It looks like.
Correct.
They got it ground in there.
Yeah.
Correct.
That looks kind of cool.
It is cool.
A little bit of rebar.
A lot of rebar.
It's interesting. There's a lot of stuff that when you're at the store and you see all these bottles up, you're kind of like, what the hell? I don't get it. It's kind of like you get overwhelmed. Like 10 years ago when we're looking at all these 1,500 different types of beer.
Right.
What the hell? I mean, this one's different. They're all different. There's 1,000 recipes, and now bourbon is exactly the same thing.
And there's a story behind every single one of them, and a family pride, and how they got started, and or
this is how Papa lost his thumb.
Exactly, it
ended up in the barrel, so now we have to put a thumb in every barrel.
Right.
That's the flavor profile.
Or fascinating stories as well is where they were lost in Prohibition. Like thousands of distilleries went out of business and never to return, right? And now you hear these stories of these guys that were part of that family, right? The lineage.
And they found the recipe.
They found the recipe in some freaking library under like microfiche, right? Like we were joking in the last podcast. And they Green
Green Mountain?
No, it's in Nashville.
Green Hill?
They changed their name. Give me distilleries in Nashville, and because my sister and I went there, and
the Green Manalishi.
No,
Uncle Nearest.
No, in Nashville. Anyway, so
Green Hills.
They didn't even realize that
Nearest Green whiskey.
No, it's called. As soon as he shows it, there it is. Nielsen, Greenbrier Distillery. Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery. That's it.
I was close.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Okay, so my sister and I were there, and it's a fascinating story because they were visiting. They knew that their family was in the distillation business way back before Prohibition. They didn't even know that they did research and they figured out, oh my God, that was our great-great-grandfather. And they found the recipe and boom, they're making it.
That's the way I feel about Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
That's right. That was your...
I may have some lineage there.
Oh, Nelson Bros. We see that. We don't have any of it, but I've seen that.
It changed names. So I think we have the one prior to that.
It
was Bordeaux. It was a hockey player's name.
Gretzky?
No. Yeah, I think he was a goalie.
No. It still was Nelson's. Or maybe part of it was retained, either the Green or the Nelson's.
Was it Bellmead?
Bellmead. That's it.
There you go.
That's
It
exactly
was
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was there, it was Bellmead. It was not Nelson's Greenbrier. So, anyway, fascinating story. And I think that's my point, though, is so much of this shit is just steeped in history, man.
Right.
It's cool stuff. Anyway, all right, so what do we think about this? I know we said we liked it.
I enjoy it. This is 100 proof, so it's got ultimately, we need to have our 100 proofs up here so we can say, okay, what are we comparing this against?
It doesn't taste like 100 proof.
No,
I will tell you that. It tastes like an 80 proof bourbon. No. Let me rephrase
the burn. There is no burn.
Yes.
It has a lot of flavor.
It's as smooth. Yeah. It's as smooth as an 80 proof bourbon, but it's got the richness and the flavor of 115.
So, Mr. Producer's got his glass. Hold your glass up, Mr. Producer. Okay. He has just as much as I do. Is that bottle back there? Because if it is, I swear to God.
You sons of bitches.
It's gone.
Yeah, and is there a tube running from the producer underneath the table into Sean's glass? What's going on here? Why have you not touched your glass, Sean?
I've been sipping it.
Well,
That's
what do you
abnormal.
have?
We have like
Jeff,
we got like 4 minutes left in the podcast.
Jeff's is gone.
Yeah, mine's gone. I enjoyed it.
See? Fist bump to a real man.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. Did you just down it?
No, I enjoy. If you like Jack Daniels, you'll like this.
Oh, yeah. It's outstanding.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean,
All right, let's rate it.
I got to tell you, when I go to the movie theater, I like to go get those Reese's Pieces. And I'm one of these guys that will take a handful of Reese's Pieces and shove them all in my mouth.
And then
take a big old
and swoosh it.
And then chew it for 45 minutes?
Well, for a long time.
That's disgusting.
And, no, I mean, I'm not like, I'm just saying.
Like peanut butter saliva?
Yeah.
I want to eat it for, a minute,
and then
2 minutes.
And then he's slurping on it throughout the movie.
But that's what I just did with this drink right now. Because you know what? When it's all up in there like that, it's.
Did you kind of gargle with it?
Well, you know what? I just took a big pull and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
100 proof. What say you, Jeff?
I'm going 7.7 on this.
I was going to go 8.2.
I'll split the difference because to me it's not an 8.
Right. I wasn't quite at an 8.
And it's definitely 7, so I'm going to say 7.9.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Good. That's very good. Recommend it.
It's worth it.
I will replace this if we
do we have the Excel spreadsheet over there, Mr. Producer?
I don't know. I didn't open it, so I'll have to show him where it's at.
All right. So we got Jeff. What was your again?
7.7.
7.7.
I would replace this.
Paul with
8.2.
8.2.
If we finish it, I'd replace it.
Yeah, I mean for the price point.
What,
but now is it
$40?
really hard to find?
No.
It's not.
I think we're going to have to add another fourth category for our producer. We're going to have to put P for producer. Oh no, Paul's already there.
C.
C for
Chuckster.
Jesus.
Was that really that hard?
Yeah, I know.
No, well, look. The thing is that we're for those folks out there, we are kind of migrating producers. Austin, our producer, he's going to be going to college.
Yes.
And frankly, he's busy with school right now and when I say he's already in college, but he's going to be going away to Texas A&M, hopefully,
Yes.
And that means he's going to be leaving the podcast. He won't be able to produce it. So we're trying, and Chuck is a longtime friend, longtime participant with the podcast, and we enjoy him being on here.
He's a natural fit.
Yeah, he really is good. And spot on today. I mean, he's gonna wear the shoes well that Austin has built up for him. So that's fantastic. Looking forward to it, Chuck. And this is a first great podcast. All right, so on the second half of the podcast, we got a couple deaths that's coming up. I mean, unfortunately, we're going to talk about.
We barely touched on Jimmy Carter,
We'll
but
talk-
you said
yeah,
you
we're
definitely want to talk about
second
that.
half.
Let's talk about Jimmy.
And then, coming up on the second half, we had somebody else who died. Who was the other person?
Bryant Gumbel.
Bryant Gumbel. Huge history with Bryant, and he has a brother too, doesn't he? That was also Greg
Greg Gumbel.
Greg and Bryant. Did they were they on the same television show?
Well, I know they did. I think it was Bryant Gumbel. I don't know if it was Bryant or Greg Gumbel did the HBO Real Sports program.
I didn't even realize there were two brothers.
Yes.
If you would have said Gumbel, I would have said that guy, that one guy.
Yeah, there's a Greg and a Bryant.
Now that you mentioned that,
I thought he was good. I didn't have any issues with him. I don't know if he had done anything stupid or anything like that, but I always enjoyed his shows when I watched Real Sports.
We'll dive into a little bit more on the second half of the podcast. For those listeners out there, first times, welcome to the Dudes Like Us podcast. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, Dudes Like Us -podcast, Dudes Like Us -woodcrafting. We're looking forward to it. Direct message us. We do take guests. We have up to 2 guests that we can put on here. It gets a little chaotic, but we can fit you in here if it warrants it. We accept tons of people up here, and we've got New Year's coming around the corner.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is tomorrow.
Wow,
right?
yeah.
Big night.
Yes.
Crazy. And I kind of like the fact it's kind of bittersweet. I like having Christmas and New Year's in the middle of the week.
Yeah. Weird, though.
It is weird because it kind of queers up the time that you're
2
working.
Wednesdays. this year.
Yeah.
It's like a little break from work. It's like having a weekend, work 2 days, weekend, work 2 days, weekend.
I know.
Hello.
It's like being European or something.
I know.
Thank you, Chuck.
Right.
First half of the podcast. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I am Paul.
I am Jeff.